situation give you NCI, or you can use it straightforward, even though it was option 1. So information here, it was working 1 and also working 2. Why working 2? Because of DOA. Then we go to the next one. This is happened during the year, and then here he highlight DOA. Fair value PKP asset were equal to, for PKP asset, okay, asset of PKP equal to the carry amount with the exception PKP plan had a fair value. Here I highlight above. So above, it means that increase. So this one is double entries because it was happened at DOA. I cannot debit, I cannot credit reserve. So what I did, debit PPE and credit fair value net asset. Okay, I cannot credit RR because it was happened at DOA. So fair value net asset. You must amend at working 2. So in other words, this one is working 2. However, this asset having a depreciation about 5 years. Everyone know we did not calculate depreciation at the beginning. Yeah, according to Emirates Finance 116, you go back to your file 1, depreciation we calculate at the end, along the year. It means that after you acquire. So when I say after, it should be DOR. So when I say DOR and it was depreciation is the expenses. Okay, depreciation is expenses. You learn in MFRS 116 what is double entry of depreciation, which is debit depreciation, credit accumulated, right? So this is the right original double entry. Okay, so it means that if you prepare console as OPL, then you debit, and if you prepare console as OFP, then you credit. However, we do not prepare both. We prepare either one. So in these cases, you have to be smart because this is expenses. Expenses go up. Okay, what was happened to our item in our SOFI? Our RP will be go down. So when go down, our RP will be debit. Accumulated is SOFI, so you don't have issue. But in this question, we don't have accumulated because our PPE is already recorded at carrying amount, CA. So it means that already, which is at net book value. Already our PPE in our console SOFI is recorded at this figure, carry amount, net book value. So it means that, of course, you cannot find accumulated in our creation. So what you need to do, you have to credit your PPE. Okay, so this is situation if you are having console SOFI. So what about the left side? This is a situation if you have to amend if you prepare console PL. So when we prepare console PL, so the items that will affect our PL is only this one. The credit side, you ignore, except if you prepare SOFI. If you do not prepare SOFI, you do not need to adjust your PL. So the item that will affect your PL is debit depreciation. So what I'm doing with you, I cover both situations, PL and also SOFI, because later your homework, your assignment, you will have to do console PL. That is not going to be this week, but next week. Okay, so the main double entry is this one, but you have to be smart. Okay, check what kind of statement requested by the question. Question requests you to prepare as OPL or SOFI. So if question asking you to prepare SOFP, then you have to change the double entry according to the situation, which is I cannot debit depreciation. Just think a little bit. Okay, original is debit depreciation. It means that my expenses go up. So when my expenses go up, what happened to my profit? My profit is go down. So it means that what kind of profit in the SOFI will be affected? Of course, retained profit. So my next question, since we are doing a group, so whose retained profit will be affected? Go back. this is a whose asset? PKP. So the fair value is on the PKP asset. So of course you will adjust RP PKP, not holding. Okay? Because holding do not buy the PKP. MCO do not buy PKP asset. MCO only acquire the company to do a growth. Okay? That was my explanation on this one. So the same double entry can be appear again if you prepare console PL. Okay? Now we go to the next one. During the year. So during the year it means that DOR. So DOR is working 3. So this is impaired at 10%. So my question to you, what kind of option in this question? So before you do impair, you need to know what kind of option in this question. How do we know option in this question? Where is it, the information? How do you know? How do you know it was option 2? Where is it, the information?
On the acquisition date, the NCI is measured based on the fair value.
Good. The first paragraph, which is the last sentence, he already here. He give you amount, but before give you amount, he mentioned this one. Indirectly without you realize, not realize, kan? So this is option 2. So this impair was option 2. And number 3, I won't bother to proceed for the adjustment because it was happened at working 4. Why working 4? Because of ER. Okay, so no matter what, I saw 2 companies inside. I saw PKP and I also saw MCO. So this is intra-group. What is the things that you have to do? I always say this one many times. When you have intra-group, you have to eliminate. No matter what, you cannot remain in the book. You have to eliminate. So now we proceed. So I already write down the Sophie everything. So now we move to working 1. Controlling interest, which is COI. Then you have holding, you have NCI. So here PKP. Holding acquire what kind of item? Holding acquire OS. How many unit holding acquire? Holding acquire about 1.6 million. Okay, so 1.6 million. And then over how many? 2 million. Over 2 million. So 1.6 over 2, so you got 80, so 20%. So this is, of course, subsidiary. PKP is subsidiary to the holding, which is parent of MCO. Because of what? More than 50%. So second step, I prepare all the draft. All the draft I prepare. Okay. All the draft I prepare. Now we go to the working 2. Goodwill at DOA. When do you acquire? You acquire on 1st January 18. 1st January 18. Then the first one we have COI. This is cost of investment. Don't confuse. This is not controlling interest. This is cost of investment. So short form is I call as COI. Or some of you call as consideration transfer. It carries the same meaning. So I make it short. COI I call. So RM. In terms of working, you can do short form, but please not for financial statement. Financial statement, I again for you to do short form. So cost of investments, question silence in the adjustment, but we know already here. How much you pay to acquire PKP? 2.7 million. So 2700. Then NCI already provided, right? 1450. So 1450. Settle, total out. So you go 4150. So this is option 1, sorry, option 2. Then we go to minus fair value net asset of PKP at 1st January 18. So what do you have in the list is ordinary share, retained profits, general reserve RR, but as long as it was at the DOA. So you have OS, go to your financial statements, how much is our OS, and be careful here. PKP don't have preferred share. Ordinary share is 2.5. So 2.5. And you have RP. I cannot take RP from the financial statement because this is at DOR. So what we are supposed to have to do, we have to take at DOE, already provided with the credit balance 1.3. Then we don't have any other reserve beside fair value adjustment in the first roman, which is you got about 200 above. So fair value adjustment for what kind of asset? I did tell you what kind of asset. Plan. So we call plan. So for increase, so I plus. So double entry is debit PPE, credit fair value net asset. So I already credit fair value net asset because fair value net asset here is equity. Then we go to the SOFI plus 200,000. Okay, plus 200,000. Plus 200,000. Post. At the same time, you have to post. Okay, at the same time, you have to post. I miss 10. Okay, post. So don't keep, do not keep. Okay, habit of the student is they always keep, don't keep, because we need to post as fast as we can. Then minus again what? Minus again total of cost of investment and NCI. You got positive. So if you got positive, it was goodwill. Okay. So what I supposedly have to do? I cannot keep. I have to post into NCA. Okay. So but I have to put inside because we have in payment. I cannot put it at the final column. I cannot put it at the final column because we have in payment at DOR. So now we proceed with the working tree. Schedule of reserve. So the first item that you have is NCI and also group retained profit. NCI in our book is 20%. And of course, the balance of the okay, the next reserve is the balance. Now you have NCI amount. Hold on, I need to put RM first. So NCI here is amount that you calculate from working to this one 1450. Then we have to calculate PKP. So you need to find post. In order for us to find post, you need to make a comparison between year end and pre. So year end, you have to take from the financial statements, which is 1.6 million, 1600. Then you have to minus pre, which is amount that you have record in the working two. This one, 1.3 million. So the total of the balance of this one, the left amount balance after minus is 300. You have to minus, then you got 300. So in this case, it says 300,000. But hold on, we have DOR of our RP because we have depreciation 5 years. But this is happened start from DOE. Our DOE is on first January 18. Our DOR is 31st December 19. So how many years gap? It was 2 years. From 18 to 19, So depreciation here, how many years? So how much is amount increase? 200,000 times 2/5. So how much you got? So you got 80,000. But depreciation will reduce the retained profit, not increase, because we are double entry is what is it? I show you already. Debit RP, credit PPE. So now I debit RP. So total of this adjustment is 220. So split to NCI because you not control 100%. So 44. RP you just minus the remaining balance, or if you're not sure, you can times over 80%. Then we got RP NCO. So same thing, year end, but don't minus pre because this is parent. So year end in our equation is how much? 3.5 million. No, that was OS. 2.4. 2400. Then you have impairment for goodwill. So impairment, you have to reduce parent retained profit. Double entry is what? Why is the double entry of impairment? Why is the double entry of impairment?
Debit, impairment, loss, credit, accumulated impairment.
Yep. Debit, impairment. Impairment is the expenses. And then credit accumulated impairment. Who said that? Who was that? Vidya. Campus or Penang?
Penang is
Penang. Okay, good. This is original. This is console SOPL. This is console SOFP. However, we do not prepare PL, right? We are prepare console SOFP. So when expenses go up, what happened to our profit? Go down. So debit. But yes, credit accumulated, but do we have accumulated in our books? We don't have. So what you are supposed to have to do, you credit goodwill. So it means that our goodwill is already at carrying amount. Okay, our goodwill will be sure at carrying amount, which is you credit goodwill. Okay, so my question to you, who's RP in this question? Of course, RP parent. Holding, because holding acquire. Okay, acquire, because under according to MFRS 9 and also MFRS 127, when you acquire the company and you have business combination, you need to calculate goodwill. Okay, in other words, goodwill will be measured once you acquire and having a control in the company. Okay, under topic business combination. That was under IFRS 9 and 27. So therefore, who acquire here? Parents. So absolutely retained profit parent will be affected, not subsidiary. Okay, because you have to understand this impairment is towards on goodwill, right? So goodwill will be measured once you acquire. Once you acquire the company. Okay, once you acquire the company. So who's acquire? Parents. So now minus impairment. So how many percent? 10%. The issue here is our impairment is towards goodwill option 2. So you have to be careful. Full amount, goodwill is 150. Impairment 10% is 100%. But we are option 2. So in order to minus in the RP holding, you need to base on how much holding acquired, which is 80%. So here you have to time with 80% because we are full goodwill option 2. So how many? 12,000 you have to minus in the RP parents, and then at the same time here in the NCI column you have to minus about 20%, which is value about 3,000. So please take note, this is a difference between option 1 and option 2. So option 1, the impairment 100% is 550, right? 550 times 10%. So you got how much? 150,000. So because of we option 2, so you have to split holding and NCI. So holding is 80%. 80% times with the 15. So you got 12. And then NCI you have to time with again 20%. So you have to split. Okay, you have to split. When you are impairment for option 2, you have to split. Option 2 you have to split. Okay. Option 1 you no need to split. Okay. So now total for the parents is 2388. Then straightly put into, this is NCI. So parents is 2388. Now we total. How much? So you got 1491 for NCI and 2564. So this one you have to post into Sophie. So NCI is the first column, parent retained profit is the second column. So I post 1491 into Sophie. So how much? Where is it, my Sophie? So NCI is 1491. Retained profit is 2564. Okay. Okay. Supposedly, during my explanation of your schedule, there are certain adjustments I have to post into statement. Which one? We start with the RPTKP first. This item I have to post into financial statement. Should I post NCI amount or should I post depreciation? Which one will be affected your financial statement?
Depreciation.
Depreciation. So you post depreciation, this is double entry, debit RP PKP, credit PPE. So minus, supposedly when you please correct by the way you do, when you minus PKP RP PKP straightly you minus in your financial statement. I forgot to minus, sorry. So you have to straightly minus. Okay. Then impairment here, we have to minus our goodwill, which is this is double entry. I already explained. Credit goodwill, but do not credit goodwill about 12,000. Okay, please minus full amount 15,000. Okay, in this Schedule 3 we split into RP and NCI, but when it comes to statement, you have to minus full amount 15,000. Okay. Now settle. We go to the last journal entry, which is intra-group. So these double entries, trade receivable PKP. In the book, PKP is 40,000. So it means that inside here, 480 was included intra-group. Amount about 40,000 due from MCO. However, MCO has remitted 10,000. Remitted means that cash payment, cash in transit for the debts at the end of the year, and it was received by PKP next year. So what we are supposedly have to do, double entry for this one, you need to debit TP MCO, and then you need to credit TR PKP. So TR PKP full amount before deduction of cash in transit is 40,000. So bank you have to plus back the 10,000. So of course the amount remaining in the TP in the books of MCO is 30,000. So minus TR, yes, I minus already. I plus cash in transit in the bank account, 10,000. And I minus trade payable, 30,000. So that was double entry. Debit TP MCO. So in other words, this one you minus, this one you plus, and this one you minus. So that was double entry. Now we can close and total up in our books. Please correct me if I make wrong calculation, total up, wrong figure. So total asset 4755 plus 5460. So that was your total assets. And then what about retained profit? Preferential. Go back to your question. Preferential only in the books of holding. 1.5 for PS and 3.5 for OS. So 1500, 3500. So total for equity was 9055. Then mortgage is the non-current liability. So So that was bonus mark. No adjustment. So total is 500,000. Trade payable, we have adjustment. And this one, we have adjustment. So total for equity and liability plus non-current and also current. So is it balance? Yes, balance. So 010255. That was your total asset and total equity and liability. I give you a few minutes to settle down and asking me a question. For your homework, I would like you to submit after tomorrow class. I give you time until tomorrow afternoon to submit, which is September 20. Company name Grady and Hudson, right? Grady and Hudson. What's number of question? Number 2. Number 2 or 3? I forgot. Question 1 eh? Question 1 or 2? 1 and 2. So please do Grady and Hudson. Grady and Hudson. And for tomorrow, we're going to have a new lecture for chapter 14. Okay, chapter 14 for tomorrow. So if you have a time, please go through chapter 14 because chapter 14 is about associate and joint venture. Okay, and then this is question 1. Why is it not? It's about question 1 and also 2. Now, I will show you a QR code.
Madam,
Yep. What was that?
Minal, Madam, for this question, right, MCU and PKP, in our past year pattern, they separate that question into 2, right? So the another half we no need to do, is it?
No need. Tak payah.
Okay, Madam.
For exercise purpose, no need lah. But if you want to do, you can proceed. One hour is not enough to discuss many past question. Are you having a class after 1 o'clock?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Penang, please stay for me to call your name for attendance.
Okay, Miss.
Okay. Done MSU campus. Then we proceed for Penang. I would like to call for attendance. So I will stop here. Make sure you do past year September 20. But not submit for today. I give you time until tomorrow afternoon to submit. Please try your best to do. And then don't forget tomorrow morning. Please come to the class even though it was late. But don't too late. Otherwise you left a lot because we're going to have chapter 14. Okay?
Madam,
Yep. Was
Is it the
Ah.
double entries, right? Got
Hmm.
marks for the double entries. Yeah.
No, no much. It's just my explanation for you to understand. As an accounting lecturer, I need to show you what will be affected in terms of debit and credit. Because I don't want you to memorize plus and minus. Plus and minus is non-accounting. Accounting student, they must know debit and credit. Why is the reason you plus? Why is the reason you minus? Oh, because of you have debit on this one and credit. That is the reason. Okay?
Okay, madam.
You no need. It's just for you to understand. No marks will be given. Nah?
Okay, never mind.
Okay. Because sometimes, I'm not sure when you are practice later in the audit, if you audit group company, you have working paper, right? Who having experience in the audit? Who done intern? If you done intern, if you intern in the audit firm, one of the practice that you have to do is you have to prepare working paper. As far as experience, one of the word in the working paper is you have to show debit and credits. So debit and credit. So you have to apply that knowledge. So let's say you are required to do console. So working paper, maybe you have to show debit and credit. So if you don't know, that one is quite difficult. Lah. Okay, I think Penang, you have to stay. I need to call one by one for name.
Okay, miss.